In this morning's Women's Doctor, study suggests that women are more prone to ACL injuries. Female athletes tear their ACLs at an alarmingly higher rate in certain sports, including basketball and soccer, and more girls participate in sports, which impacts a number of injuries. Typically, ACL tears happen when there's a rapid, awkward stop and anticipation of lateral movements. Mercy Medical Center Dr. Mark Slaybaugh says that anatomy and hormones also play a major role. And Dr. Slaybaugh is joining us now with more information. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
You are so welcome. So let's talk about these ACL tears. More girls, especially, and women, they're playing year-round sports. Does that contribute to anything?
Absolutely. You know, there is a lot of female athletes that are just playing one sport. I think in the past, we really focused on three sports. You know, you'd play something in the fall, winter, and then the spring. But now with some of the competitive leagues and really people trying to get a game, you know, an edge up on the competition, they're trying to play full year round. And that really doesn't lead to a lot of good muscle balance. And so that tends to have them increase the risk of having an ACL injury, which is unfortunate.
Because there's not a lot of relaxation. There's no downtime for those muscles.
No, absolutely not. When people are doing three different sports, then they use a lot of the different muscle groups. And unfortunately, sports like basketball and soccer, the ones that where females are more increased risk for tearing their ACL, then they just use certain muscles. And a lot of the times, if we can help them train and do some other things during the season, even if they are playing all year round, and trying to really focus on some of the things that will help prevent that, then we can decrease that risk.
There is nothing that a competitive athlete hates more than having to sit on the sidelines. So are you finding that athletes are maybe too quick to jump back in and not letting their injuries heal properly?
I think so, especially during this pandemic. We found that, you know, unfortunately, people have not been playing sports for a period of time, and then they just try to go from, you know, sort of this couch potato to, you know, being a full athlete, and sort of that really doesn't allow them the time really to increase their muscle strength and gives them a higher risk of injury for sure.
And so once you tear your ACL, are you at a higher risk of doing it again?
Yes, not only in that knee, but also more importantly in the opposite knee. And so we really try to focus on having people prevent those type of injuries. So when they do tear the one side, then when we work with them, then they really focus on both sides so that they don't have that increased risk of tearing their opposite leg.
So as a doctor, when you sit with your patients, do you think to yourself, if I only could have talked to you sooner, if I could have given you this advice before you tore your ACL, what would that advice be?
That the coaches and the parents need to make sure that the athletes are doing certain exercises, especially female athletes. We know that based upon some of the anatomical ways that females are made, that they are at a higher risk of injuring their ACL. So they have to really focus on how to jump and also how to land. Unfortunately, when the females land, they tend to be knock-kneed. And if they can overcome that by some hip and some core strengthening, then it can really help decrease the risk for an ACL injury. So if coaches would just go and do probably about 5 minutes of some jump and some strength training, some plyometric training, then that would absolutely decrease it. Studies have shown it decreases it almost by 50%, which is, you know, outstanding.
That's huge. Yeah,
yes.
That's awesome. Well, great advice, doctor. Thanks for joining us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much for having me.
You are welcome. And if you have any other questions or you'd like a referral, just call 1-800-MD-MERCY.